G'day guys, ZiggyD here, back with the long-awaited return of the Path of Exile community designed unique. It has been a while, but myself, Rory and the ZiggyD team have gotten back onto it, and we'll be doing a bunch of work over the past week, putting together the next step in the design process. If you guys are not up to speed, we did two previous votes. The first vote decided that the item would be a belt, and then the second vote decided that it would be something to do with armor evasion scaling and extra bonuses for armor evasion scaling. So there's hybrid armor evasion builds that we see literally none of at the moment. Well, I'm very pleased to be able to showcase for you guys today the new base belt that's going to be coming alongside this new unique item. So this is the new art just here for the new belt base type. Now these numbers are not final, but this Vanguard belt will be an endgame belt designed at helping people stack armor and evasion in their builds, and our unique will be based on this base belt. So this is the 2D art for the actual base itself, and then we'll create unique art for the unique itself after this. But this new belt is designed around being used at endgame. I talked to Rory and the idea was that they didn't want to put some numbers in there that would be good at early game but no good at end game, so it needs a high item level requirement or high character level requirement. So that's why the number being tinkered with at the moment is a character level of 70. So that's pretty exciting news, the new base type of belt coming and what this unique will be based on. But that is of course not all, because this step is about deciding the secondary unique affixes. What about the primary unique affix? What is the core unique affix of this item? Well, when you guys voted for additional effects for armor evasion scaling, myself, Rory, and the team put together this stat just here. 1% increased attack damage per 250 of your lowest value between armor and evasion. Now, that's a little bit of a mouthful, but essentially this is a damage bonus for stacking armor and evasion. It's a damage bonus that's based on the lowest number out of your armor and evasion. So if you have 40,000 armor, but only 10,000 evasion, then you're going to get a damage bonus based on that evasion. Again, these numbers aren't final. Any of the numbers presented in this video may be changed based on balance as it's tested and as the item progresses, depending on what you guys vote on, of course. Because if you vote something very powerful, then we may end up with an item that's a little bit too ridiculous. So the math on this thing looks like it could be pretty interesting. You could be seeing some pretty high damage totals out of builds stacking 40k plus armor and evasion. It's definitely possible. I'll let you guys do the math on what sort of damage totals you think you could get while wearing this belt. What sort of damage boost could you get from stacking that armor and evasion? So we've decided the core unique affix, but this is a community designed unique, so you guys get to decide the secondary group of affixes. So this is a series of affixes that you guys will be able to vote on and decide what gives the flavor to this item, because we've got this core idea and this core gameplay aspect of this armor evasion stacking, but what is the extra flavor of this item, and you guys get to decide. So we have 4 groupings of secondary effects. The first one is a taunt-related grouping. It is 10% chance to dodge against taunted enemies. Melee attacks have 25% chance to maim taunted enemies, and 2% of attack damage leached as life against taunted enemies. So you chuck out that enduring cry and you get a whole bunch of extra effects. The next grouping is the onslaught and fortify grouping. You have onslaught while fortified, and you have 15% chance to gain Fortify on melee stun. So a way of generating that Fortify and an extra clear speed and attack speed bonus for that Fortify effect. And then the next is the blinding and bleeding effect grouping, and this is 20% chance to blind bleeding enemies on hit, and attacks have 20% chance to cause bleeding. And then the fourth grouping is double the number of frenzy and endurance charges you gain, along with 50% increased frenzy and endurance charge duration. Now you may have noticed that these are all very thematic with the Duelist, and this is what we're looking at here. Duelist is the evasion armor hybrid class. He's never really had a chance to show that side of himself, and hopefully this belt will let him show that side, and you guys will get to determine exactly how he'll be showing that. So check out the link in the description below if you would like to vote on the secondary affixes for this item. I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with. That's it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.